Alright, hello everyone. My name is John Retzloff. I'm the TAP student here at the Saginaw branch. Part of my communications class is to give a speech. So I'm going to talk to you guys about the fuel system clean care on the Cummins rail system. So here's an overview. So I'm going to talk about why fuel systems are so sensitive, where does the contamination come from, and how can contamination be prevented, and the proper way to change fuel filters. So why are the systems so sensitive today? For one, they reduce emissions. Two, they improve the performance of the system and the whole engine. And there's higher pressures throughout the system. So now we're going to talk about the importance. So according to the Roadside Assistance website, these systems run around 26,000 plus PSI. And in order for that to happen, the injectors and the whole system really has to have small internal drillings, basically in injectors, so that makes them very likely to get contaminants in there and cause a stuck injector. So the source of contamination can vary. They can enter the fuel system if you loosen like a fuel line or something like that, so it's recommended that you clean the fuel line or whatever you're servicing on the system before you actually break the line loose. So you should brake clean it off, loosen it, and then brake clean it once again to make sure that it's clean and no contaminants can get back into the system. So according to QuickServe Online, Cummins gives us red caps, and these are clean care caps. So once you remove a fuel injector line, caps are to be placed on the end, both ends, and then also on the common rail side of the line. That way no dirt can enter in. Next, once you pull the fuel connector out and the injector out, you take them, you place them into a bag, a Ziploc bag, zip it up, take a Sharpie and write the number cylinder that it came from, so you can put it right back into the same one when you go to put it back together. Using the Ziploc bag makes it so there's no dirt or anything can enter into the injector. So these are all of the clean care caps that they give you. They have T45 is the smallest one, and then all the way to T250, which is the largest. So now we're going to talk about fuel filters. So according to Cummins filtration, Cummins fuel filters are measured in microns. A micron is 1/1,000,000th of a meter. So this brown line right here is a human strand of hair, and that is 50 to 70 microns. A single piece of pollen, which is the yellow piece, is 15 microns. The primary fuel filter in the common rail system is between 2 and 3 microns of filtration. So it's pretty small. You can't see it with the human eye or a magnifying glass. So it is not recommended that you ever pre-fill the primary filter. So here's how those work. So you have your clean side of the filter and you have your dirty side of the filter. The dirty fuel comes in, passes through the filter media, and then is taken out on the suction side. So when we pre-fill a fuel filter, here's what happens. Taking the fuel, pouring it into the fuel filter, and then right there you just put fuel that is filtered but not to the 2 to 3 micron rating into the suction side. So once you start it up, that's going to be pumped into the system first before the filtered fuel is, introducing contaminants into the system. So in summary, systems are very sensitive. These systems are. Contaminants come from outside sources, such as dirt, paint chips, whenever you're working on the system. You're never supposed to pre-fill the main fuel filter because it's going to induce contaminants that are foreign to the system and cause problems. And you should always keep the injectors, the fuel connectors, and the fuel lines organized like I showed you with the bags and the marker and the fuel clean care caps. So I got most of my information from these 3 websites. If you guys want any of those, contact me after the presentation and I'll give those to you so you can learn a little bit more about it. Thank you. No, I have to yet. See yourself?